Hello, this is Jana Morton. On behalf of Creating Keepsakes, I'm excited to share this tutorial with you. Today I'll be showing you how to bury your title in snow. I will be working in Photoshop Elements 11.0. The first thing that I need to do is to create a new layer by clicking on the new layer icon at the top of the layers palette. I'm going to grab my text tool. I'm going to be using a font called Bebas Neu. I would like the color of that font to be black. I'm going to be typing in 72 point. I'm going to position my cursor on my screen here and type out the word powder. I would like that to be larger to fill this title area. I'm going to hit Control T because I'm on a PC. If you're on a Mac, Control T, Command T, excuse me, to resize that. And now I would like to apply a layer style to that just to dress it up a bit more. So I have that layer active in the layers palette. I'm going to go down to FX effects here. I'm going to go to bevels and I'm going to use the simple inner bevel. Double click on that and you can see that it just added a nice finishing edge to my title. I'm going to click back over to my layers palette. And now I'm going to add a layer mask to that layer. I'm going to go out to the top of my layers palette and the little icon that is a rectangle with a circle in it is the layer mask icon. You can see that now there is a rectangle adjacent to my title with a blue rectangle around it. You can also see that in my color palette, white is the foreground color, black is the background color. I'm going to fill that layer mask with black. Because black is my background color, I'm going to use a hotkeys and hit backspace control. If you're on a Mac, it would be backspace command. You can see that that just filled with black. When you are working with a layer mask, if you use a white brush, if you paint white on it, it will make your image appear. If you paint black on it, it will make your image disappear. So I'm going to grab my brush tool. I am using a round brush, 286 pixels. I am going to have everything to the left side here, fade at 0, hue jitter at 0%, scatter at 0, spacing 1%, hardness at 0%, and roundness I have that at 100%. And now I'm going to just paint in the top of my title, just the very tip of it. And now I would like the bottom of it to look like I just stuck the title right in the snowbank. So I'm going to change my brush settings. I'm going to change the scatter to 11% and the spacing to 18%. And I'm going to change the hardness to 100%. Okay, so I have 0 for fade, hue jitter 0%, scatter 11%, spacing 18%, hardness 100%, roundness 100%. If you are working in full Photoshop, they also have an angle jitter control and size jitter. With the size jitter I have used 48%, and angle jitter I used 63%, and that worked really well as well. So now I'm just going to paint in the bottom of my title, and it will give it a jagged edge that makes it appear like it is just in back of the snowbank. And now I would like to just add a shadow to that to make it more realistic. So I'm going to, on that powder layer, my text layer, I'm going to now click on over to the actual text here. I'm not on the layer mask anymore, and I'm going to activate the marching ants around my title by left clicking and hitting Control or Command. I'm going to add a new layer just below it. I'm going to take my paint bucket tool with black as my foreground color. I'm going to fill that with black. I'm going to hit Control D because I'm on a PC to deactivate that, Command D if you are on a Mac. I'm going to go up into Image, Rotate, Flip Layer Vertical. I'm going to use my move arrows and just bump that down here into position. And it's very straight up and down. I want it to have a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to once again hit Control or Command T. And this time I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Control or Command key at the same time, and I'm just going to angle that a bit to make it look more realistic. I'm going to commit that. Now I'm going to, with that shadow layer in place, maybe I should name that shadow, I am going to grab my rectangular marquee tool. I'm going to create a rectangle just at the bottom of it. Going up into Select, Feather, Feather Radius of 35 pixels. I'm going to click OK, and that just softens the rectangle. I'm going to hit Delete. Once again, Control or Command D to deactivate the marching ants. And now I'm just going to reduce the opacity of that to make it seem more realistic, let's say to about 16%. And there you have it. I hope that you have fun testing out this technique. This technique also works really well with a beach title by burying your title in sand. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.